It's a film with three brains. 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 It's a film with three brains.
Oh my god, you guys are freaks.
This country is founded by people who were into aliens, man. George Washington, man, he was in a cult. And the cult was into aliens, man. You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, man, they were way into that type of stuff, man.
Benny!
You're getting air from there, man. It's no good.
It was the last day of school.
Miss Crawford, I was thinking that maybe you and I can get together over the summer. I mean, it'll be legal. I mean, we can make...
It was the first day of summer vacation.
You guys know anything about a party here tonight?
No, sir.
It was a time they will never forget.
There's a new Fiesta in the making as we speak.
I thought he was cute.
Oh, that's this.
You thought he was cute?
Do you realize when he graduated, we were like 3 years old?
If only they could remember it.
Okay. So you're not going to go to law school? What do you want to do then?
I want to dance. You gonna be quarterback next year?
I don't know. I might not even play.
You're in need of a serious attitude adjustment, young man.
Super dominant male in a 50s greaser uniform.
That's what I love about these high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same age.
The 50s were boring. The 60s rocked. The 70s, oh my god, they obviously suck.
Dazed and Confused. See it with a bud.
Behind every good man, there's a woman. And that woman was Martha Washington, man. And every day George would come home, she'd have a big fat bowl waiting for him, man, when he'd come in the door, man. She was a hip lady, man.
Hello and welcome to The Film with Three Brains. I am Sean in Chicago.
And this is Cohen in Maplewood, New Jersey.
And it's Sam in San Francisco.
Oh, thank you. Wonderful intro. I am Dazed and Confused, but that also happens to be the name of the film we're talking about. Dazed and Confused, 1993, Richard Linklater. I always want to say letter, but it's later. I don't even know if there's a right way, but whatever. Richard Linklater, and it's about teenage kids in Austin, Texas in 1976. So one of the things that drew me to this was the fact that we're reviewing a movie from 93 about 1976, which both fits in our time frame.
Indeed.
Yeah, so it's I've seen it a handful of times, maybe 4, not recently, not for a long time.
Yeah, me either.
I saw
Maybe
when
3
it came out.
Yeah.
That was it.
I've seen it 3 or 4 times, probably total, including this latest.
So nobody's watching it on repeat or recently.
Nope.
Any surprises that you had forgotten about, or should we save that for later? Should I give you? I mean, I don't know. Do I need a synopsis? It's pretty straightforward.
There's not really, yeah. It's like,
Well, before you
can establish a premise, but there's not really a story to give a synopsis of.
Well, that's
Right.
the whole. When you asked any surprises, that was my surprise. I was like, wait a second. There's actually no plot to this movie.
Yeah.
And then that made me actually like it more.
Yeah.
As we were going through. Yeah, I was like, because it kind of, he obviously made Slacker, so it fits with that. But also, we were coming out of the 80s and early 90s, in which it's like the years of coming of age movies, like high school movies, and all these kids discovering who they are, and and other like wrapping things up nicely at the end of movies. And this is more like, this is just people, kids just doing it. Like, it fits along with Seinfeld. Like, at the end of all of it, you realize like it really wasn't about all that much, but you enjoyed it the whole way.
Sure. Just a slice of life kind of thing. It's interesting if you guys read anything on the sort of the background of the movie. Like, it was originally conceived as far more experimental, more in line with Slacker, where he was just going to have 2 shots. One was like the close up of a car stereo and ZZ Top's Fandango being put in, and then the rest a single shot of two dudes in the car talking for the length of the album, with the music continually playing in the background, informing sort of the topics of conversation and stuff. And then I don't remember if it was the studio or whoever approached him and asked him to sort of, expand it a bit.
I didn't really see the studio. I thought it was more like he realized it was gonna need something else or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I don't recall. But yeah,
and the studio definitely made some interesting requests, which we'll get to. But yeah, this like, Sam, did you want to say something about that?
It was Linklater that made that choice to switch it, because he just once he decided that was the first concept, then he decided it needed to represent different points of view. So then he took another 1 month only to write the entire script, which is pretty good. Like, I can't get anything done in a month. I'm lucky if I have groceries at the end of a month.
Yeah, and I think, not to downplay his achievement of writing it in a month, but he was very collaborative with the kids, the actors, and wanted them to bring their own clothes if they wanted, their own style. If he said, if you don't like the character, change it. So they added dialogue. Obviously, Matthew McConaughey wasn't even supposed to have that big part at the time, but they quickly realized he was up for it.
That was sort of one of the surprises. I have two surprises, I guess. That what you just said about Matthew McConaughey kind of ties into it, and then I had forgotten how the relationships feel like a constantly changing puzzle. Like from scene to scene, different people interacting in ways that I found a little confusing, trying to establish what their relationships are. And then reading it a little bit about, sort of the backstory about it, the shooting and the production of it, sort of explained it. But to a certain extent, like the one character who was supposed to have the party, that actor didn't get along with anybody, especially Jason London. And like Richard Linklater actually had to break up a fight between them on set. And that actor he said he just wasn't getting along with anybody. It wasn't clicking, there was no chemistry. And so he just reduced his role and had Matthew McConaughey step in for all the scenes in the back half of the film where he feels out of place because it wasn't supposed to be him. And I imagine there was a lot of that going on where he's just trying to find chemistry for the scenes. And so actor or characters' relationships as you go through shift in ways that don't feel quite natural. When I was watching, I'm like, now are they friends? Like those, are they like a tight little circle? Some of it's pretty obvious. Anthony Rapp, and his two friends, obviously. But then Jason London seemed like he was tight with them in the beginning at school, and then later he's kind of hanging out. I don't know, but there was a lot.
There's an allusion to a poker night. At the beginning. Like, like they were going to play poker. So
right. Like they're all super tight, but then later they know each other clearly, but there's not a ton going. Yeah. Anyway, and then so there's that, and then what the hell was the other thing? Oh, the other thing was how confusing I found the classes. Like they're referring to each other as what they're going to be at the next school year,
right?
And
they're
the boys
actually not freshmen yet,
right? The boys they hunt down at the middle school, but the girls seem to already be at the high school. Like it's just like a sort of almost like a structural thing. I found confusing.
I'm assuming that, if I may, I think that they drove the girls in the truck to the high school because they were like carting them around.
They rounded them up with the.
Do we see them round them up?
They put the little pacifiers in.
But they were already in the truck, though.
They're already in the truck. We don't see them, but
they get them. They round them up in the pickup trucks, and from the grade school or middle school, they put pacifiers in mouth, and they drive over to the high school, and that's where they make them lay on the ground and do all the stuff.
Right, and the high school is already watching.
It all seems awfully premature to do it at the end of the previous school year. You think they do it at the beginning of the next school year? So I don't know. I just kind of found it a little confusing.
Yeah, I've always been curious about that. Because if he took a lot of it from his experience in Texas. Like, was that something that was done? You know, like that, like you said, at the last day of school. I mean, they couldn't wait.
And in 1976, Austin, Texas, were parents so complicit in like this terrible hazing that they're doing, and like the teacher thinks it's funny, and like I mean, the one mom with the shotgun, I guess sort of is the counterpoint, but everyone else just seems like, sure, go beat him with a wooden paddle.
Yeah, I like that. Adam Goldberg, the guy that gets in the fight, that he's pointing that out in real time. He's like, oh, you know, the administration's fine with this. They're selling concessions. You know, like everyone's just fine with this. And like their viewpoint through the whole movie is like, how weird is all this? You know, like we're gonna go to a party and drink beer. You know, what the heck are we doing? You know, I mean, because like that's a important counterpoint, an important viewpoint, I guess, as another teenager that maybe is, or other set of teenagers that are maybe not in the same group and are curious why they're not in that group or why they're not doing the things everyone else is doing. And then Jason London, he's the go-between. He's in that group. He's in the football group. He doesn't even want to be in the football group, or at least not with the coach. I mean, he doesn't like that. And he ties it all together. I mean, if you had to pin down a main character, it's hard to say whether it's him or the kid. Yeah. You know?
Right.
Could be either. But you don't have to. You don't have to say, oh, this is the most important person. No, it doesn't matter. It's just a town full of kids doing their thing.
I also forgot how many times that kid like pinches the bridge of his nose. Just like, oh my God. I mean, I remember that he did that and it was distracting, but oh my God.
Especially the scene when he's sitting outside. Down. Yeah, because he's like, oh, Ben, you know, I hate him, and he does that, and then he does the hair thing, and then he does that again, and then and you can kind of excuse it because he's talking to a girl and maybe he's a little shy, but yeah, I mean, maybe a cut or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But they did find that kid in, like, he's a real local, you know, I know they did casting in Texas, in New York, and different places, but 8 of the main characters were from the area, and all of the supporting cast was local. All the extra, I guess that would be extras, but yeah, he was. They really liked him. I kind of get it, but he lied about being able to play baseball, so they needed a stunt double for his pitching, which you can see because it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
But you know, if I was getting cast for a movie, you know, and I was 15 or whatever he is, and I might fudge it a little bit. Like, yeah, I can pull that off. Sure.
There are an awful lot of people in it who went on to have quite successful careers. I kind of forgot just how many. Like, I kind of forgot Ben Affleck and Cole Hauser were in it. And like Parker Posey, I had kind of forgotten, you know, because Matthew McConaughey just sort of overshadows everybody.
I think Parker Posey holds her own.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's good in it. Like, like everyone's good, except for I think Wiley Wiggins isn't very good, but whatever.
But you're saying as far as their career later, he's the headliner. Matthew McConaughey is the guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, then there's so many big names that have small parts. Like the first shot of the movie is the Sean, the kid that didn't really work out. Sean Andrews, Kevin Pickford, and Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Like they're in a car, and then you're like, oh, these are the, you know, but that's just that's just the beginning, and then they pivoted. But she must have had more to do originally.
Yeah, I read a thing that she was really bummed that like most of her scenes were cut.
Almost all of her dialogue. Oh, she gets to sing with the guitar.
Yeah,
some silly song.
I think it's actually her song from an album she had put out.
Oh, cool. I mean, I meant silly in terms of the way she's saying it. The music is good, but the way they're playing it is with the I mean, they're all like in the description. It was like, well, the stoner characters were dressed like this. I'm like, which ones weren't the stoner characters?
Right.
I mean, they're all getting high. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, what's the kid with the the cap and
Slater.
long hair.
Slater?
Slater? Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of forget. Rory Cochrane is his
Yeah.
name? Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah, he's in tons of stuff.
He's in Argo. He's in Empire Records. But he is, he's the quintessential stoner. And he's like talking about George Washington and weed and aliens, and Mila Jovovich is trying to sing this serious song. So
yeah,
I love that stuff that seems like it could be serious, but it's played for laughs or maybe just sound. But I mean, the realism of the dialogue is convincing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't think of too many lines that seemed wildly out of place.
Yeah,
that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is coming. Sorry, you had?
I was going to add on that Mila Jovovich song is called the Alien Song, and it is in her 1994 album, The Divine Comedy.
Cool.
Which on previous episode of The Fifth Element, I admitted to owning as one of the few people who bought it.
That's right.
I actually like some of the songs on it.
So we got a double plug, an extra one.
Well, I don't think anybody listens to it anymore.
You're probably in a select few, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. 11,109 monthly listeners on Spotify. So that's just 11,108 more listeners than what we have. So that's not much. We're like almost at Mila fame here.
Yeah. Who is the person that's uncredited? It's trying to think.
Renee Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger, yeah, big name.
I missed it. I didn't catch it at all. I just read about it later.
Yeah, I had looked and found her years back when I saw this, but I forgot to look this time around. So,
she's
maybe the party, or she's not
it's like a girl.
Right?
They call her the girl in the blue truck.
Yeah, isn't she in the truck?
I guess so.
But
is she the one holding the beer bong?
Oh, for Park Your Posey.
Yeah,
yeah. I think it's also yeah.
And
like
she's
Parker
she's sitting in the truck.
So
Yeah,
good.
Parker Posey, wipe that face off your head.
Yeah, that's a great one. Ad-libbed. Yeah, there's good chemistry between some of the smaller smaller relationships. Like her and wait, is she in the scene? Am I thinking of the scene in the truck where they're talking about who's talking about them behind their backs?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, she's driving,
and they're like, "She called you a bitch and you a slut." They're like, "That bitch," and that was all. They came up with that whole scene. I think that wasn't in the script.
Yeah,
but yeah, there's that's a good scene. Like, kind of a throwaway thing. You don't really even know who they're talking about, right? We don't even know which girl's talking about them. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know,
it can be difficult. I find it difficult to kind of keep people's like the name straight as they're referring to different characters. I'm like, wait, which one's that? You know? Because I mean, there are that's a lot of characters to keep straight.
I think it's actually pretty genius for him to let the characters rewrite and ad lib, because everybody has memories of their high school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something that you would be like, oh, this was funny, this happened, or oh yeah, this is the crappy thing we did, or the way we were. Like,
yeah, we were just reminiscing with high school people today about what Ozzy concert or we may or may have not gone to.
Yeah,
via text. But
right. Which says something when people don't remember who is actually there.
Indeed.
Yeah. And we're not like totally demented. It only leaves a couple other options.
Dementia? No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this whole movie from the whole way through. I was just like amused the whole way. I was like, I didn't like it was hard not to like just get so sucked in that I wasn't like having the analytical part of my brain on. I did catch in the background another reference to a film we reviewed.
You talking about the Hitchcock thing?
Playing at the family plot, playing at the movie theater.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'd have never thought anything about that.
Another quality Sean pick.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Quality. I've never seen it pick. I still don't mind. We've talked about it, but that was the only Hitchcock available.
Yeah.
So that's what we got. But yeah, I mean the references to the music of the time, I couldn't believe that the studio would promise 10% of the budget for music and then say, "Oh, it's fine," and then not pony up for it. What did they? I mean, I can't remember exactly how it went down, but there was like a bait and switch happening there.
Yeah,
because they were trying. I mean, according to Richard Linklater, he was really gunning for that Zeppelin song. Help me out here, Sam.
Dazed and Confused.
That's the song you wanted?
Rock and roll. Well, Dazed and Confused
is
rock
and roll, I think.
Rock and roll song, but it's crazy that it's a Dazed and Confused has not one Zeppelin song.
Yeah, but I mean that's down to Robert Plant. Jimmy Page was okay, and Robert Plant was like, nah. And so Linklater is like, I'll never forgive Robert Plant for that, and I can see why. I mean, because he knew music was a huge part of this movie. He knew how important it was to get get some of those songs on board. And I mean, he still got a million of, concurrent, but like the Fog Hat Slow Ride is the end, I think. I mean, the beginning is the Aerosmith song.
Yeah, which is a great beginning.
Yeah.
Great intro to a movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that beginning is a good intro on its own, but to have it in the music, have it in the beginning of a movie to build anticipation, it's like, ooh, you'd think everybody would be doing that kind of thing, but.
And the car's like driving in slow motion, even though it's like nothing important that it's doing. It just adds to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked the soundtrack is just perfect.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of songs I still listen to. Dr. John was in there. I still listen to him. ZZ Top still listen to a lot. I'm just gonna hear
the Ted Nugent, but I'll take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like Stranglehold.
Yeah, Stranglehold
is fine.
Stranglehold's fine.
Yeah. Frampton was in there a few times. Just fantastic. Never cared for Cherry Bomb. That was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never cared for Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo, Cherry Bomb, and the was it School's Out song.
Oh, yeah.
Never really cared for that one.
That's on the nose, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it's too much. I don't know.
Yeah. But on the whole, I think we're saying the music was largely helpful and
sure.
Well, maybe more than that. I mean, that's understating it. It was huge.
Yeah,
it is. Well, I also think like, when for the older you get, the more a song is tied to a memory, right?
Yeah.
Like right now, if I say Bohemian Rhapsody, it brings you back to high school. Like that song was on, that summer, well, more than just that summer when we hung out, like like all these songs do it. And I think that like having the two together is important because that's the memories they're making, and he kind of says it later. He's like, well, I'm just, if I'm going to be stuck in this place, I'm going to have as much fun. It's like, well, the music is part of that because the songs will always bring you back to those moments. Like in my opinion, like reminiscing during a song is the closest thing you can get to time travel. And be like, that was that summer, like going all the way back to being a little kid and riding in the back of my mom's car and hearing like Tainted Love, like it will always be her red car and in the back seat and driving to go do whatever, So I feel like my guess is that his love of music and his ties to that time period are along the same lines.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and some of it was not even planned. Like, well, I'm guessing it's not planned. Like having the Hurricane song by Bob Dylan play for Matthew McConaughey busting into the pool hall, kind of striding in, like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
Because if they didn't envision him in the film at all, like, I mean, maybe they just, I'm sure some of these things were last minute decisions or post production decisions, I suppose, right? I mean, music would have to be.
Sure, yeah.
So maybe it's more considered than that, but some of it just seems really serendipitous that it just sort of fits so well.
Yeah.
The moon tower is kind of weird because we didn't have moon towers in Wisconsin, but I guess that was sort of a thing. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It was interesting that they built built one, but he was kind of disappointed with the scale of it in the end, so he never actually shot it from afar. You never get to see it. You only see it from like the bottom up as they're telling the stories of the freshmen falling down and whacking their heads on every wrong and everything. But I mean, as a place to meet, it makes a lot of sense. It's
sure.
It's like, oh well, where else are we gonna go? It's hard to miss that as a landmark. The Kiss statues. I've never quite really understood what was the significance, because it seemed really important to them.
Yeah.
They're
it's a little weird because I guess so. Apparently, they filmed a scene of the statues being stolen and then painted.
That makes sense.
But they cut it for whatever reason, and so all of a sudden there's just these statues that everyone knows about. They're like, "Oh, those are great! They're amazing!" And you're like, "What? What?
What are they doing here? What were they before?" Yeah, we see Mila Jovovich kind of painting stuff on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no explanation.
Yeah. I forgot what they were statues of.
I'm assuming a historical, like a war monument. What's one of them? Flute or drum or something? I don't know. War stuff. I don't know.
War stuff.
Some war statues.
Oh, they were soldier memorial statues.
Okay. So it was pretty cheeky, right? I mean, it was like they stole some public statues and drove around town and didn't get caught by the cops.
Rumor has it that after this movie came out, Gene Simmons bought those two statues. And then later sold them at an auction, a Kiss auction.
I like that rumor, even if it's not true.
Yeah. Yeah. The list of people who auditioned or were considered for this is just as interesting as the people who were actually in it. If you sort of read through the casting, people who auditioned and stuff, and one of the ones I found interesting was that Vince Vaughn had auditioned for
O'Banion, the Ben Affleck part.
No, the Cole Hauser part.
Oh,
but Richard Linklater thought that Vince Vaughn and Ben Affleck looked too similar, and so he cast Cole Hauser instead. Which is funny because then later Vince Vaughn and Cole Hauser would play brothers in The Breakup.
Oh, okay.
A movie that nobody saw.
I have seen it. I don't remember Cole Hauser being in it.
He doesn't have a huge role.
Jennifer Aniston in there.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
All
right. But like, according to the film's casting assistant, Mark Ruffalo, Hilary Swank, Will Wheaton, Mackenzie Aston, Jared Leto, Elizabeth Berkley, Denise Richards, Vince Vaughn, Alicia Silverstone, Kirsten Dunst, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Mira Sorvino, Reese Witherspoon, Ron Livingston, Brendan Fraser, all auditioned.
That's everybody.
That's a lot of names.
That's a lot of people. And I'm sure that's not everybody either. But that's a lot.
There's one line that says, to achieve a 1970s look, Linklater avoided using Steadicam. And I was like, okay. Yeah, you said, but I was like, that's interesting, but I don't really know why that works.
I would say that, well, in 1976, Steadicam wasn't invented. So I know it's not that, like, realistically doesn't make a ton of sense, because who cares? Like, this movie's not about filmmaking, but I think something in an audience's brain, would associate like a modern filmmaking technique as a distraction from the authenticity of a period movie or something. I don't know. Yeah. It's just kind of a thought I had. Sort of like the studio wanted the studio wanted Linklater to use some fucking Jackal song.
Yeah, that was what I was going to get to. Mm-hmm.
And Richard Linklater was like, no,
Jackal's
definitely.
a 90s band.
Yeah.
Jackal's a 90s band.
That's the whole thing. He's like, he didn't want to use any music that wasn't readily available in 1976 that didn't already exist.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Sean and I would be complaining about that left and right.
We would.
Yeah. Like it would have been the whole episode was just us complaining about
it. Oh, yeah. So,
especially Jackal. Like
Jackal, by the way, was in one of those concerts that we were talking about with the Ozzy.
Yeah.
But what was Jackal? Down on Me?
Chainsaw.
Yeah, what song was that?
And they wanted to use Jackal's cover of We're an American Band, or they wanted Jackal to perform a cover of Grand Funk Railroad's We're an American Band. Like, what? Why?
And they didn't even tell him about it until the end.
Right, because apparently Jackal, I don't even remember what this came out in 93.
Mm-hmm.
And they claim that Jackal was popular then. I remember Jackal. I know they
had
exist,
a video.
But to call them popular, I don't know. Were they?
I think they're
a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
I
would, if anyone ever said we're the most popular heavy metal bands of the 90s, Jackal's not in that list.
No, not even close.
Yeah, so their label promised, they had made a deal with the studio, but he didn't know about it. Richard Linklater didn't know about it until the end, right? And he said,
right.
He was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this." He's like, "Wait, what?" And then he had to make up a lie or something to say that I wish I had the note in front of me,
I
but
don't recall now.
he had to finagle as what he wanted, which is, creative control. Like, come on, don't force a cover song.
Jackal gets a whopping 266,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Like now?
So they're doing about 255,000 more than Mila, but that's because they must have some things on greatest hits albums.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Here, Jackal Radio with Bullet Boys and Winger. There you go. That says everything.
Winger.
Yeah.
Fucking Winger.
I have Winger in my past.
Yeah. I think I have one Winger song on my phone right now.
I have 0.
It's got to be 17.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the hit.
Yeah.
Kip Winger.
Yes.
His teeth are whiter than white.
Yeah. No Frills Heavy Metal, a raunchy, fun-loving, hard-hitting rock band. Led by chainsaw-wielding frontman Jesse James Dupree. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well, maybe they'll play at Hulk Hogan's funeral.
Jeez. Another throwback.
Yeah.
So I was really curious. Well, not curious. I just thought it was cool that Matthew McConaughey was a film student at the University of Texas, and B, not even he didn't have any involvement with this film whatsoever, but he happened to know the bartender at the Hyatt Hotel, so he can get cheap drinks there. And he was hanging out there with his girlfriend, and then the the bartender, as they recall it, is the bartender said, "See that guy down there? That's Don Phillips. He cast Sean Penn in Fast Times." And Matthew said, "I'm going to go down and talk to this guy." And then the fact that Richard Linklater didn't actually like him because he was too handsome, because he's worried about because somewhere in there it says that he cast Ben Affleck because you want the jerk guy to be handsome, like
to be appealing.
Be appealing, like jerks can be appealing. Like there's some fundamental truth that he was trying to impart, and I was like, is this a casting thing or is this a moral thing? I don't know.
I think it's a casting thing.
Just a casting, right?
Well, yeah. The Ben Affleck thing is funny. He said in some interview that this movie did nothing for him for his career. Everyone else had like catapulted them into like a career. For him, he's like, it didn't do anything. Like I got nothing. And he says it's because everyone else in this movie is likable. You know, and he's not.
Yeah.
And
even Clint, the guy that beats
everyone just forgot about him because he wasn't likable, so no one cared.
I forgot that he exits the film in that scene in the car, like he's covered in white paint and he's pissed off and he smashes his paddle and he has this little meltdown and peels out with the car, and they're all laughing at him and they're like, oh, that's the end of that character. He's gone now. Like,
did you guys did you see where did you know Ben Affleck broke his ankle in that scene in the take in the movie?
No.
Yeah, so when he gets all pissed and he takes the paddle and he swings it and he breaks it on the ground. I don't know if he hits himself. I rewound it because I knew that scene, he broke his ankle in that scene. And so I rewound it, went back to and I watched it again. And it's hard to tell if he hits himself or if he just steps weirdly, but you can see he goes and like his foot just goes off to the side and his leg comes down and it looks gnarly. And then he's all hopped up on adrenaline or whatever, and so he just finished the scene. Ben Affleck, and that's the take they use.
No, that's a great factoid because it's a good scene and he's really good in it. And I know I'm kind of anti Ben Affleck, but I got to give him credit when he does good things like this. And this is a role for him. Like. I know it sounds like I'm full of shit, but I'm kind of being serious because he's so good at it. Like he's so smug. Yeah. He keeps repeating like, this little bastard's mom pulled a shotgun. Like this things the way he does it is believable.
Yeah.
That he's like kind of buddies with this guy and he's flunked a year. Like because you look at the Matthew McConaughey character, he's doing the same thing. He's hanging out with a bunch of high school kids. But he's not a jerk,
right?
And he doesn't care about the paddles or any of that stuff. He's like, he cares about high school girls, which is creepy. But it's a different level of things going on there.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason I think Matthew McConaughey's character resonates so much with everybody because his role's pretty small, but he's just so fucking likable. And he's so easygoing, and he doesn't have a bad thing to say about anybody really, and he's just like, he just wants to be friends with everybody.
Yeah. And it must be just talent because he talks about how he was thinking about the character. This guy likes girls and cars and weed and one more rock and roll.
Yeah.
So so he came up with the all right thing and he did that. That was his first scene in the drive-in. And then he loses his dad died during shooting and he went to a funeral and then he came back and then they shot the all the pool hall stuff. So, talk about being professional. Affleck breaking his ankle, McConaughey losing his dad during shooting like that, that's hard shit.
Yeah, sure.
And he doesn't have any like big crying scenes that he could use it with either,
Yeah.
If you want to look at it from an actor's point of view, but yeah. Who else have we not talked about that deserves some kudos? What do you think of Jason London?
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's likable. I don't know. he doesn't really look like a football player to me, even a quarterback.
I always thought that.
Not even close.
Maybe a kicker.
I mean, it says that he has a background in Oklahoma football, but
maybe like a cornerback,
wide receiver. Yeah, he seems like a wide receiver type to me. But
I don't know. I like the way you said earlier. He's kind of like, he kind of holds everything. He's like the dude's rug. He really ties the room together. He kind of connects everybody.
Yep. No other way to say it.
And I think he's good in that regard. I like the fact that this letter like chaps his ass, and everyone else is just like, who gives a shit, dude? And his character just can't get over it. It really bothers him.
Yeah, but that's so perfect because it's nothing. It's like nothing. You could just sign it and keep smoking.
It's like, it seems like such a stupid high school thing too, to latch on to something so irrelevant, that matters. So it doesn't matter at all. Like, just fucking sign it. Who cares? Like, it's meaningless.
But it's just a pledge. It's not like it's a P test or something. They're just saying,
right.
Just say you won't do it. Okay, I won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also kind of why this movie's so great, especially at this time, because it really is about nothing. Like, and if you like, everything we worried about in high school for the most part was meaningless in the big picture. Like,
oh yeah,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Like every test you worried about that you were going to fail or not fail or anything, it in some ways it doesn't really matter. Like, sure, some of the experiences help shape you, but we spent a lot of time just wasting time, and BSing and fun. So that's what I like about this movie. It's like there's no, it's not Carrie. They don't have to worry about all being killed,
right?
Or they don't have to save the universe. They don't do anything. It's just like, and for better or for worse, like, if you want to actually get a sense of what it was like to be in the 70s, like, maybe you're like, okay, this is a movie, it's exaggerated, but it's not exaggerated ridiculously.
No, it doesn't feel cartoony or anything. It feels pretty authentic.
And if you're like, oh, well, the way they treat women or the sexist stuff, all that's how it was, like, that's like, nothing in there seemed so outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, people said that crap, or people did that crap. And no, I never threw a bowling ball out of a moving car, but people put firecrackers in mailboxes.
And or threw eggs out of car windows, or batteries out of car windows.
Yes.
Or just whipped
a pumpkin here or there,
or a pumpkin here or there
on a driveway.
Or just whipped some slow driver the finger who happened to be a classmate's mom.
All right, we gotta explain that one, because that's too personal. Yeah, I know that happens, but
that happens. Yep,
it involves two of us right here. So let's.
I was not there.
You were not there.
I was.
No, it was.
But wasn't it your mom?
Who was? No, it was
Jim's mom.
It was Jim Farm's mom.
Oh, Jim's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Who was Sean? Were you driving?
Probably.
I don't remember who was. Or I thought I was with Mike.
Actually, I remember the story. Yeah, no, I wasn't.
I think Mike was driving. We were driving to school, and we saw his car. And and it was two lanes, and we were in the left lane, and Jim's car was in the right lane. And as we pulled through, I just went like this, and I didn't look.
A no look.
I was just like, boom. We just drove past, and Mike just busts out laughing. He's dying. I'm like, I was like, well, wasn't that funny? And he goes, dude, that wasn't Jim. I was like, what? He goes, that was his mom. I was like, oh my God. Because he obviously drove his mother's car around. And oh my God, there was like some fallout from that. I don't remember exactly what happened. Like, I think
your dad castrated you.
I had to call her or something. Jim told me the next day she was upset because she thought I did it on purpose to her specifically.
You guys were basketball teammates, right?
Yeah. And so he's like, my mom wants to talk to you, or she's going to call your parents. And I was like, what? And I had to explain that I thought it was Jim, and I don't think she believed me. And I don't remember much past, like, if anything ever. I don't think she ever told my parents.
Oh man.
Yeah,
which
I think
I
that'd
was
be a
thankful
step too
for.
far. You did the right thing.
But it
You
was
made the call.
It was humiliating.
Yeah, it must have been hard to make that call.
It's like, oh my god, it was just like horrifying. It was just like, oh my god.
It kills me.
Yeah, I never did that again.
Well, whenever I'm driving and someone whips me the finger, I'm always like, "You're lucky I'm not Jim's mom." So...
I make you call me and give you a good talking to.
Oh man.
Mm.
Yeah, so definitely we can relate to some of the shenanigans.
Yeah.
And of course, I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention our school's old tradition of Slave Day.
Oh yeah.
Which
gosh.
is hazing on a similar level to what's happening in this movie with the ketchup and the mustard and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, do anybody want to describe that anymore?
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
Well,
see, that's the sort of thing. If that was in a movie, people wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Oh, that's an exaggeration for Hollywood too."
Yeah.
They're like,
right.
Because the idea that a senior could buy a junior for a day and make them do anything.
Yeah.
At least it was a junior, not a freshman.
Yeah. But still, it was the hazing.
It's definitely hazing.
Wrapping Tom's legs in saran wrap and then duct tape.
Tom
so his clothes were
saran
duct
wrapped.
tape. I mean, couldn't
Well,
even go to the
first they
bathroom.
filled the boots with water and then they taped them shut.
Oh yeah, that too. It's like just horribly stupid.
Yeah, I was wearing a sailor cap and about 100 pounds of heavy link chain.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I made it through all of first period. I was dying, and a teacher intervened in second period. Was like, "Take that off. This is ridiculous. Take it off."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay."
Was our year the last year that existed because they did so many cruel things?
But they also
we may have ruined it.
I think we did.
I think they didn't call it Slave Day anymore. At least they called it Servant Day.
Yes, it was Servant Day.
But I think we were the last. Rules. That was the last year they did it. I think because we never got the opportunity to purchase a junior.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
And I think part of what I think a huge part of it was Sean and Tom.
Yeah,
the way you guys.
They may have killed it. Yeah, sorry, Central High.
Well, it wasn't your fault. I mean, who was it? Who was the senior who had you?
Jeff Gwaltney was my guy.
I don't even remember who that was. Or is.
He's my friend from French class.
I don't really remember.
My friend.
What about Tom? Do you remember who?
I want to say like Gabe or somebody from soccer or track.
I thought it was someone from soccer too. Was
there a guy named Gabe?
I thought it was Todd.
Well,
Gabe. I don't know.
I could text him real
lucky.
quick.
I got lucky. I think mine was I forgot her name. Tom's Kirkman's cousin.
Not Val, but
what the hell? I can't remember her name. She was very good friends with Dory's sister, Dina.
Brenda?
No. Raquel. Raquel Kirkman.
Raquel?
She bought me.
Okay.
She bought me and went very easy on it. She's very nice to me.
Yeah. So you can see that in the movie too. You can see how there's certain guys.
Right. Like Jason London goes really easy on him, and because he clearly sees it all as just being
bust
ridiculous.
your ass and then get you drunk, and and the girl invites the freshman to the party, and that's part of it too. Is like, we've gone through this, we know what you're going through, and that I can relate to too, because that's all you're thinking when you're doing this servant crap is, well, at least I get to do this when I'm a senior.
Not us.
Life ain't fair, folks.
Mm-hmm.
But for the record, I'm glad they got rid of that practice because, can be done.
There's I actually just happened to be looking at one of our yearbooks a couple months ago, and I saw all the pictures. There's tons of pictures of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and from our junior year yearbook, tons of them. Like they immortalized it proudly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was purchased by Misty Davis.
Oh yeah,
Misty Davis. Yeah. Interesting.
Well,
yeah. Went on to have her own fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We probably shouldn't. Okay. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, that's exactly like what you're saying. The memories, like this, it's that kind of movie. The movie makes you think about being a kid, get the milestones you hit, having a car, how important that is,
Mm-hmm.
having status with these people you really don't even know, but like, Mitch, is that who's the kid?
Yeah.
In this movie,
Mm-hmm.
Wiley. He definitely gains some status in his small peer group just from and not just because he gets away with buying beer without an ID, which is a interesting scene on its own, but
Mm-hmm.
because he's almost accepted. There's like a little bit of hazing at the party later when they're like, come over here, but even then they're like seeing how he's doing with this girl and giving him pointers and teasing him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're treating him like a human being. They're not like treating him like some punk 8th grader.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting that way.
Well, I think they gave him a bit of respect for after the baseball game. He didn't really run off with his friends.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of stayed behind, and he just went pseudo willingly, just took it. Yeah, he's like, all right, let's get it over with.
Yep.
Well, also, I think like when you're a freshman, who's the coolest person in the world? It's the seniors.
Mm-hmm.
Like so it plays on that in a way that like it's in the back of your mind, reminding you like, oh yeah, when we were that age, it was always the kids who were a year or two older, or 3, that were the people we idolized, like
Mm-hmm.
the best athlete or whatever. So it was always, if they actually acknowledged your existence, that was like,
Yeah.
that was something in itself.
This is true. Yeah. When you were saying about music being so central to memory and stuff, I was thinking that too, that like you have these experiences and you just, they just stick with you. And it's those, whether it's hazing or good stuff or all the stuff in between, it just, the coming of age, I don't think if you tell it like in this grandiose fashion, I don't know if you can do it much better than this, because I don't know how else you would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't tell a longer story. It has to be a short slice of life thing. It has to be, I know that's kind of Richard's thing to,
Mm-hmm.
he likes to tell a story in a short time frame, but
yeah, like Before Sunrise and there's how many of those are there? 3 or are there 4?
I have no idea.
I think there's 3.
Still not sure if I've seen
the first one for sure. That's
one
the
of
only
them.
one I know.
And then he kind of went wildly the other way with that. Was it Kids or what
Boyhood?
was the Boyhood? Thank you. Boyhood is like this long,
which I've never seen.
Tale. Oh, you haven't seen it?
No. Won a bunch of Oscars, right?
Yeah. It's worth seeing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it up against this as far as entertainment value, but
yeah.
But it's worth seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Patricia Arquette is very good in it.
Yeah.
It's Cobell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The when we're talking about the number of people who auditioned and then just the depth of the cast, it's interesting too. Just a sort of like proof that, or not proof, but like illustrating that these people, most of them went on to do other things, is the number of films, the number of like later films that the actors overlapped with again, like Ben Affleck and Joey Lauren Adams are in Chasing Amy, and Parker Posey,
and they're in Mallrats.
Yeah, and and the London kid, Jason London's
and he's
twin, I think, is in that one. Jeremy, or is it? I don't know which one it is.
Oh, that's not him.
No, well, I don't think so. I think he has a twin who's also an actor, Jeremy London. I think that's who's in Mallrats.
Well, now that you mentioned twins, I was looking at the cast and I was like, oh, Ribisi.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the twin sister, the twin of Giovanni Ribisi. Right. The red hair actress is that
doesn't
Ribisi.
Actually have red hair.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a wig.
Yeah.
But
I like it though.
Or dye.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so like Parker Posey and Nicky Katt ended up being in 3 movies together. This one, The Doom Generation, and Suburbia. Matthew McConaughey and Nicky Katt were both in The Time to Kill. Anthony Rapp, Cole Hauser, and Ben Affleck were all in School Ties together, which was actually before this. And then later, Ben Affleck and Nicky Katt were both in Boiler Room.
Oh yeah,
and I'm sure there's more.
That's where I picture Nicky Katt from, other than this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying Affleck said he's the only jerk, but Nicky Katt he's kind of a jerk, but he's in his element. Like he's not doing anything wrong. He's looking for a fight. He picks a fight, but then like nothing had to happen. You know,
I liked his what's his name, the kid he beats up. I like his theory. Adam Goldberg. I love his theory about fights at a party. You know, it's only one or two punches, and then everyone comes in and breaks it up.
Got it all worked out.
It's like he pours the beer in his head, then punches him, and then he just looks around. He's like, "Well, come on, anybody?"
His plan was get in one good punch and then play defense.
Yeah,
like what
until everyone else breaks it up,
until they get tackled.
Nobody breaks it up.
Yeah, some people are actually actively trying to promote or prolong it, right?
Yeah,
They're like, get out of here.
Well, I mean, there's so many fun people to watch in this movie. You know, they're all having a great time. And
Yeah, I think it only said that during the party scene, because they were shooting at night, that some of the cast actually had some beer and marijuana.
What?
It's part of the thing, but yeah, you can tell it's fun. It's got to be fun. I mean,
yeah.
All right. What are we doing next?
Oh, did we tap this keg? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Or drained it, I should say. Whatever. Yeah.
Said that a zillion times. Okay, we're going ahead just a few years to 1998. We're going back to one of our very early directors. For a Coen pick, or from a Coen pick. This movie's not a Coen pick, and it's
who directed Roadhouse?
Scam movie.
Scam movie.
Yeah,
I would say The Spanish Prisoner, but he didn't do David Mamet.
Yeah, he did.
Well, not way back when. And Glengarry Glen Ross was my pick, I think.
Oh, well, I'm totally wrong on both of those things then, because it is The Spanish Prisoner. See, even when I try subterfuge.
Yeah.
Great hints.
But see, that's the wavelength. Like, it doesn't even matter.
He's like, matter
that's what sharing a single brain will do for you, people.
It's like I know everything you're saying is wrong because it's The Spanish Prisoner. Perfect.
Cool.
Nice job.
Where is that? Is that available to?
It's everywhere, including free? Amazon and Tubi.
Tubi, yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I haven't seen it since it came out.
I haven't either.
So, all I remember is I'll give you $1,000 for that camera.
I don't even remember
the only line I remember.
Did you walk around after that with the camera being like, anybody want to buy this?
Yeah. Where's Steve Martin?
Yeah, Steve Martin.
He's willing to pay a lot of money for a camera.
Yeah, another Steve Martin movie. It's been a while.
Yep.
Indeed.
All right. What's that? Why am I wearing a pink shirt and a pink wig?
Yeah, why
you
are you
never
wearing
asked?
a pink shirt and a pink wig?
It's for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is in October. And you'd say, well, why? Because by the time someone watches this, it'll be October.
I see.
Playing 3D chess here.
Thinking ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been our best review. It was dope.
It was.
Yes.
Sure.
We didn't really talk about Austin or Texas a whole lot, but
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Y'all come back and hear something about that later or something. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Bye.
I think you want to say y'all come back now here our next episode.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
Let's live on with your brains.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.